Well, a habit is a redundant set of automatic unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that is acquired through repetition. The habit is when you have done something so many times that your body now knows how to do it better than your mind. So if you think about it, people wake up in the morning, they begin to think about their problem. Those problems are circuit memories in the brain. Each one of those memories are connected to the people and things at certain times and places. And if the brain is a record of the past, the moment they start their day, they're already thinking in the past. Each one of those memories has an emotions. Emotions are the end product of the past experiences. So the moment they recall those memories of their problems, they they all of a sudden feel unhappy. They feel sad. They feel pain. Now how do they get out of that state of being? So the person's entire state of being when they start their day is in the past. So what does that mean? The familiar past will sooner or later be predictable future. So if you believe that your thoughts have something to do with your destiny and you can't think greater, then how you feel, our feelings have become the means of thinking by very definitions of emotions. You are thinking in the past, and for those and for the most part you are going to keep creating the same life, so that people grab their cell phone, they check their WhatsApp, they check their test, they check their email, they check Facebook, they take a picture of their feed, they post it on the Facebook, they tweet something, they do Instagram, they check the news, and now they feel really connected to everything that is known in their life. And then they go through a series of routine behavior. They go out of the bed on the same side, they go to the toilet, they get a cup of coffee, they take a shower, they get dressed, they drive to the work the same way, they do the same thing, they see the same people, that push the same emotional buttons, and that becomes a routine and becomes like a program. So now they have lost their free will to a program, and there is no unseen hand doing it to them. So when it comes time to change, the redundancy of that cycle becomes a subconscious program. So now 95% of who we are by the time we are 35 years old is a memorized set of behavior, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwire attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that functions like a computer program. So that people can say with their 5% of the conscious mind, I want to be healthy, I want to be happy, I want to be free, but the body is on the whole different program. So then how do you begin to make those changes? Well, you have to get beyond the analytical mind, because that separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind is the analytical mind, and that is where the meditation comes in, because you can teach people through practice how to change their brain waves, slow them down, and when they do that properly, they do enter the operating system where they can begin to make some really important changes. So most people then wait for crisis or trauma or disease or diagnosis. No, they wait for loss, or for some tragedy to make up their mind to change. And my message is, why wait? And you can learn and change in a state of pain and suffering, or you can learn and change in a state of joy and inspiration. I think right now the cool thing is that people are waking up. That's really interesting. And where I found the deepest hook into how powerful this can be for somebody is when you talk about trauma. You have talked about how people experience a traumatic event, but they then basically rehearse it, and how that then has their knock on habit effect. So what is that? Why do people find it so hard to get past trauma? The stronger the emotional reactions you have to some experience in your life, the higher the emotional quotient, the more you pay attention to the cause in the moment. The brain puts all of its attention on the cause. It takes a snapshot, and that is called a memory. So long term memories are created from very high emotional experiences. So what happens then is that people think neurologically within the circuit of their experience, and they feel chemically within the boundaries of those emotions. So when you have an emotional reaction to someone or something, most people think that they can't control their emotional reaction. Well, it turns out if you allow that emotional reaction, it calls a refractory period to last for hours or days. That is called the mood. I say to someone, "Hey, what's up?" And so I'm gonna move. Well, why are you in a mood? Well, I had this thing happen to me 5 days ago, and I'm having one long emotional reaction. If you keep that same emotional reaction going on for weeks, for months, that is called temperament. Why is he so bitter? I don't know. Let's ask him why he's so. Why is he so bitter? Why are you bitter? Well, I had this thing happen to me 9 months ago. And if you keep that same emotional reaction going on for years and on end, that is called the personality trait. So learning how to shorten your refractory period of emotional reaction is really where that work starts. So that people, when they have an event, what they do is that they keep recalling the event, because the emotion of the stress hormone, the survival emotions, are saying pay attention to what happened because you want to be prepared if it happens again. Turn out most people spend 70% of their life living in a survival, living in a stress. So they are always anticipating the worst case scenario based on a past experience, and they are literally out of the infinite potential in the quantum field. They are selecting the worst possible outcome, and they are beginning to emotionally embrace it with fear, and they are conditioning their body into a state of fear. Do that enough time, body has a panic attack without you can't even predict it because it is programmed subconsciously. So then you say to the person, why are you this way? And they will say, I am this way because of this event that happened to me 15 or 20 years ago. And what that means from a biological standpoint is that they haven't been able to change since that events, so that the emotion from the experience tends to give the body and brain a rush of energy. So people become addicted to the rush of those emotions. They use the problems and the condition in their life to reaffirm their limitations, so at least they can feel something. So now when it comes time to change, you say the person, why are you this way? Well, every time they recall the event, they are producing the same chemistry in their mind, in their brain and the body. If the event is occurring, firing and right and wiring the same circuit and center and the same emotional signature to the body, what is the relevant behind it? Well, your body is the unconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between the experience that is creating the emotions and emotion that you are creating. Bhai sab, let me stop this.